Good evening, everyone. I hope that you had a good day today. This evening, we will be speaking briefly on an important aspect of our lives, that is oxygen. Though there is really no such thing as a vitamin O, oxygen is essential for our survival. Now, oxygen was man's first nutritional intake. We find in Genesis chapter 2 and verse 7, where God breathed into man's nostrils the breath of life and man became a living soul. Now, the oxygen that we need in our body is 3 times greater than what is in the air that we breathe. So, what are the ways that we can get oxygen into our bodies? Well, water is 33% by composition. So, keeping up our proper water intake is one way. And also, veggies and fruit can be more than 50% oxygen by weight. So eating plenty of raw fruits and veggies will also aid with the body getting the oxygen that it so desperately needs. Now let's talk about what's in the air that makes it needed for our bodies. One important element in the air is ions. And ions are charged atoms or molecules that are in the air electrically. And in the case with ions, the positive ions are the bad ones and the negative ions are the good ones. Ions are charged electrically, molecules or atoms in the atmosphere and air, and the ion is formed when gaseous molecules or atoms receive sufficiently high energy to eject an electron. Negative ions are those that gain an electron, while positive ions are the ones that lose the electron. Some positive results of negative ions are that they increase the flow of oxygen to our brains, resulting in higher alertness, decreased drowsiness, and allows for more mental energy. It can also decrease severity of stomach ulcers and improve our sense of well-being. Negative ions are abundant in nature, especially around waterfalls, on the ocean surf, and at the beach, and widespread in mountains and forests, and especially after a thunderstorm. That's when it is most active. Positive ions are the bad ones, and they slow down the delivery of oxygen. They increase our anxiety. They also increase our migraine headaches, respiratory congestion, and alters serotonin levels in our brain. And serotonin is an important mood elevating chemical, and it is also very important for sleep. Now, though there are positive ions in the atmosphere, they are largely found in the atmospheres that we create ourselves as humans, like laundry dryers and electrical heaters, which give off positive ions. Interesting though, plastics give off positive ions too, and synthetic carpets. Our air conditioners deplete the negative ions that are in the atmosphere, making room for more positive ions to abide. Now, positive ions can cause fatigue, depression, tension, migraines, and also even suicide. Shallow breathing is an inherited habit, often caused by bad posture, and it increases the carbon dioxide levels within our blood. Now, here is something that here's an exercise for all of us to do this evening when we get a chance. When you get home, You can lie down on a flat surface, whether it's on the floor, the couch, or the bed, and you can practice deep breathing. So when you breathe in, your stomach lying on your back should expand. And when you breathe out, your stomach should deflate. And so I would ask you to do at least 3 rounds of 5 breathing in and out until you get the hang of it, and it'll also help to increase your volume of oxygen that is needed in your lungs. So I want you to try that for me this evening, and we'll find out how that goes. There are so many benefits of fresh air. It helps to lower our resting heart rate. It keeps our mood buoyant. It tranquilizes and helps us to relax. It improves our learning and induces sound sleep. Let me share a quote with you from a favorite author of mine, Sister Ellen White. She says that prayer is the breath of the soul, the channel of all blessings. As the repentant soul offers his prayer, God sees its struggles, watches its conflicts, and marks its sincerity. He has his finger upon its pulse. He takes note of every throb. Note, not a feeling thrills it, not an emotion agitates it, not a sorrow shades it, not a sin stains it, not a thought or purpose moves it, of which he is not cognizant. That soul was purchased at an infinite cost and is loved with a devotion that is unalterable. We also ought to pray without ceasing. As we do this, we will find fresh vigor of health and the blessings of God. Job 10:12 says, "In whose hand is the soul of every living thing, and the breath of all mankind." These are my references, and I pray that we receive the blessing tonight in Jesus' name.